One very sensitive thing we must take into account when reciting the Holy Quran is that the Arabic letters have many characteristics which we must learn and also apply. Let me give you an example with the following segment from Surah Al-Zumar, verse 74. وقالوا الحمد لله الذي صدقنا وعده وأورثنا الأرض. Let me recite that again. وقالوا الحمد لله الذي صدقنا وعده وأورثنا الأرض. Did you notice any differences? I want to take a second and discuss the heavy letters and the light or thin letters, also known as tafkhim and tarqiq in Arabic. Some letters have this quality of heaviness, while others don't. For example, kha, ghain, qaf, ta, dha, sad, and dad are heavy. Another term we use is fattening the letter or whole mouth, meaning when we see a word that contains one of these letters, your entire mouth in a way is involved with producing the sound this letter makes. Then we have letters that don't necessarily have this characteristic to them, like waw, sin, tha, ta, ha, ayn, kaf, mim, dhal, and the remaining letters. Let's take a second and go further. You may ask, well, when do you know when to apply this? Well, the heavy letters we discussed will always be heavy, whether there is a fatha on it, dhamma, kasra, or even sukoon. Now, of course, it won't always sound the same. A qaf with a fatha won't have the same heaviness as a qaf with a kasra, but we must still maintain the heavy nature. Aside from these 7 heavy letters, the rest are all considered tarqiq, except 2. 2 letters are dependent on the vowels that are associated with them. These are lam and ra. As for lam, well, it only happens once, and that's with the word Allah. The lam, which has a fatha on it, is always fattened or whole mouth, and therefore becomes a tafkhim component. As for the ra, it's a bit more complicated. There's a few different scenarios you can find a ra in, but a good rule of thumb to follow: if it contains a fatha or a dhamma, it's thick or heavy or whole mouth. And if it has a kasra, it'll be recited in a thin manner or tarqiq.